शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. We change this Upanishad. Rutam pibantau sukrutasya loke. Rutam pibantau sukrutasya loke. Guham pravishtav parame parardhe. Guham pravishtav parame parardhe. Chaya tapau brahmavido vadanti. Panchagnayo ye chatrinachiketa. Yassayturijanana aksharam brahma yat param abhayam titirshatam param Nachiketam shakemahi. Atmanam rathinam viddhi. Shariram rathamevatu. Buddhim tu sarathim viddhi. Manah pragrahamevacha. Indriyani hayanahu. Vishayansteshu gocharan. Atmendriyamano yuktam. Bhoktetyahurmanishinaha. Yastva vijnanavan bhavati. Ayuktena manasa sada. Tasyendriyanyavashyani. Duštashva iva sarathe. Avijnanavan bhavati. Vijnanavan means dharma dharma, nitya nitya, vivekavan. Avijnanavan bhavati means rathacharya anipurha. Means who doesn't know the path. This charioteer and doesn't know how to drive. There is no clarity about kartavya, no clarity about pravrutti, nivrutti, and how much pravrutti and how much nivrutti. How much to engage and how much to withdraw. It is important that we learn to withdraw also. See, our Shastra teaches us that we should commit to dharma. We should commit to duties. But at the same time, at a given time, it teaches us to withdraw. That is, become a vanaprasthi. Give up those kartavyas and commit to upasana, etc. So, one doesn't know what is kartavya, what is pravrutti, how much pravrutti, how much to withdraw, doesn't know. And then, avijnanavan ayuktena manasa. The mind is loose. Asamahita chittaha. So, mind follows the fancies. That is how it is. Different sankalpas and vikalpas. See, this is the role of a buddhi. This is the role of a purushartha, what we call it, human endeavor. There are a number of fancies that come to your mind. In everybody's mind, those thoughts will come to do something. And then not to do something also. Those fancies will be there. When such fancies arise, it is the job of a buddhi to analyze and fulfill or not to fulfill. That Shastra Drashti Buddhi should have. It's a job of a Buddhi to analyze whether this is permitted by Shastra or not. First, what I am feeling like. I may feel like doing something, but the Purushartha is a capacity not to do even if I feel like. And I may not feel like doing. Purushartha is capacity to push myself to do the things even if I don't feel like doing. For what? For those karma which are not legitimate. If it is not legitimate, not sanctioned by the Shastra, not dharma, not ethical, not valued, then I should have capacity to stop. No. And if it is sanctioned by dharma, it is a proper thing, and my fancy says I don't want to do, capacity to push myself to do. That's a job of a Buddhi. Here, what happens? Ayuktena manasa sada. Buddhi, who is a supervisor, who is a controlling factor, becomes accomplice of the mind. Those fancies get justified. Those fancies get validated by the Buddhi. Yes, this is what we have to do. That is the problem. Buddhi should not follow the mind. Mind is supposed to follow the Buddhi. You see, that is what important. These certain disciplines are there only when there is a coordination between Buddhi and mind. Successful living. What is a coordination? That mind follows emotions, don't pull me so that Buddhi follows and I justify those emotions. You see, this Mahabharata of Kauravas and Pandavas is always going on here in the mind. One is Kauravas, you can say, sometimes they interchange the role also. Your emotions, your instincts, your reactions. They want something to do and your cognition says, no, this should not be done. That Mahabharata is constant. What you know and what you feel like doing, they are not in alignment. And what you know should not be done, and what you feel like not doing, again they are not in alignment. So, the successful living is when there is a complete coordination, complete alignment between manas and buddhi. Life is this conflict, especially in relationship. I feel like doing this and emotionally I am pulled otherwise. I feel like not doing this and cognitively says you should do this. It is always a war, especially in a dysfunctional family. When husband and wife take divorce, before the divorce, this Mahabharata is played for years. Before the relationship break, Mahabharata. Emotionally different, cognitively different. Emotionally different, cognitive. Finally, they take a cognitive call. And then also they cry. You decided that you want to get rid of it, be happy. But they cry. Because this is going on. That is what subjectivity is. For objects, for relationships, anything. Human life is fraught with subjective perception and cognitive perception, emotional and what you understood from a teacher. The purpose of tapas, doing certain discipline, is to create alignment between the two, cognitive and emotive. They have to be together so that later on I always feel like doing what is to be done. And I don't feel like doing what is not to be done. That is a dharmic life. It's a right lifestyle or a successful living. That person you can say yukta, together. Person is together. There is no more this Mahabharata between emotive I and cognitive I. No more Mahabharata between my subjective values, attachments and compassion and all that and my cognition. They are all aligned. So, ayuktena manasasana. Buddhi should not justify my fancies or instincts. In fact, they should be verified and permitted to be executed by Buddhi. It's a job of a Buddhi to analyze them. Is it good? Then only you allow it to execution. Otherwise you stop it. That is a Purushartha. The Purushartha is not only changing the situation of the world outside. You may use your free will, you may use your Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti to get a conducive situation, conducive infrastructure, conducive relationship, or your like objects, whatever. You may work for it. But that is not the ultimate use of freedom. The human freedom lies in living life predominantly cognitive life. Buddhau sharanamannaccha krupana phulaheta. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ube sukruta duskrate tasmad yoga yojyasva. That is yoga. First step of yoga, karma yoga is I surrender or I live a life dictated by wisdom, dictated by knowledge. Indriyasya, there is a shloka in the Gita ji. Indriyasya indriyasya arthe raga dvesho vyavasthito. Tayorna vashamagaccha tavhi asya paripanthe. The mind and sense organs connive. Mind, sense organ give you perception. And the mind creates a fancy. How about having that? How about not having that? How about doing this? How about not doing this? All that comes. They are there. The paurushatvam, the humanness lies in analyzing. Yada shastra drashtihi bhavati. One is to be taught what is proper, what is improper. And in the light of the knowledge received from a teacher, you analyze this is proper or improper. And then, first of all, the discrimination between dharma, adharma, kartavya, kartavya, pravrutti, nivritti, based on your data, the data that you got from a teacher. So, having had that data about this is to be done and this is not to be done, I decide what is to be done and then capacity to push myself to do. Otherwise mind will be very forceful, working against it. In that case I said, no, I am going to do this. That is a Purushartha. Acharya writes, Yada Shastra Drashtihi Bhavati. You should live as per the vision of Shastra. Imbibe the Shastric vision and do. And whatever Shastra says to be do is to be done and not to be done, that you naturally perform. That is Shastra Drashti. You can say Rashtra Drashti to explain. You know all the laws of the nation and follow them, paying taxes and doing the thing as per the rule. Similarly, Shastra Drashti, as per the rule of Vedic view and way of life, I commit myself and I don't let my mind be loose enough to dictate me. I leave it as it is. Leave it as it is, means my mind is dictated by buddhi. Samanaska, then it is samanaska. Indriyani by nature are not available for dharma or moksha. It's natural, they are bahirmukha. They are extrovert. They want artha and kama. That's what they like. It is their nature. So, but then from their liking of artha kama, convert them into liking of dharma and ultimately moksha. That's a purusha. This is where you have to change your prakriti. How to change prakriti? This is the way to change. That you instill a value for dharma to your buddhi and do it deliberately. Then later on it becomes natural. So, such a sarthi and such a reins, whose reins are loose, the mind moves with the fancies, whatever fancy comes. And what happened to the horses? Dushtashvaha iva sarati. The horses become out of control. Means the horses drive the chariot, not the sarthi. The sarthi is supposed to drive the chariot. Then here, one word is important. See the last. Dushtas yastu avijnanavan bhavati ayuktena manasa sada. Sada means always. This fellow is always like that. Sometimes maybe like that. Sometimes the sankalpa, vikalpas are powerful and pushing you. So you may have to give it sometimes. Always. So the life is dictated by fancies. Life is driven by your reactions. Life is driven by emotions. That life cannot be successful. Okay, that sada is important. Therefore, what happens? It will, Acharya will tell later on, samsaram chadigat. You will go to samsara. This Diftashvaha will take him to samsara. Not keep him in samsara. There is not going to samsara. Already fellow is a samsari. That is why this mind is like that. So it will be sort of cementing the life in samsara. That's what they will do. Dushtashvaha. And the ashwas, horses, So this dushta ashvaha, what will they do? Ultimately they will break the chariot. Ultimately they will hurt the Swami and Sarthi both. Because they will go any direction. They don't have a sense of the road. They don't have a sense of the holes, potholes, nothing. They just go for eating. So, sensual infatuation takes this person to destruction. Self-destruction. स्वयं का मरण हो जाता है. Like Rahul Gandhi died. This fellow, the Rahul Gandhi मर गए. He himself says. One of the ministers lying said, let us check first the fellow who spoke is a ghost or immortal. Then let us answer it. If it is a ghost, it can talk anything, it's blabbering, something like that. So, brings to self-destruction. Samsaram chadi gets citizen in your life. It brings to his own self-destruction. In other words, later on, the person has no capacity to withdraw senses from other. The fellow becomes incapacitated to stop to prevent himself or herself from improper actions, improper pursuit. That is classic face of Duryodhana. Duryodhana is Dushtashva. He was Avignanavan, no clarity about the life and the goal. Duryodhana thought kingdom is the goal, and means the end is important, not the means. So by proper or improper means, I want the kingdom. That kind of life he lived. Ultimately he says, Janami dharmam nachame prabhu. That's the worst calamity that can take place in the life of a human being. When you are helpless to your own self. Because you may feel helplessness caused by some external situation. It is possible. Like in a traffic jam, you are helpless. Or sometimes you are helpless with your teenage son or daughter. They don't listen, you are helpless. With your spouse, you are helpless in certain areas. That is okay. But that doesn't hurt as much as when you are helpless with yourself. You know and you cannot stop yourself. And you know and you cannot refrain yourself. Janami dharmam nachame pravrutti. I cannot engage. That is Dushtashva. Duryodhana says, I know dharma. I know what is proper and what is right. I should be doing. But I just can't do it. Janami adharmam. I know what is improper. But I can't refrain or restrain myself from it. So what's calamity? That can happen to any human being. That gives tremendous stress. That's a tremendous helplessness that person has when they are helpless. And that, as I said, Duryodhana is a classic case, Dushtashva. Or any addict is also Dushtashva to some extent. In a saner moment, they say, Swamiji, I know I should give up, but and then bhatti comes, I can't. And icing the cake problem is they have a confidence that they can give up. The addicts, it happens to us often. Here people eat a lot of tobacco. They don't smoke, but tobacco they have. They keep it in the mouth. There are special types of tobacco coming. I don't know what taste they have. It gives. From the face you can make out they are in high. They're high. And because they greet, oh, Swami, yeah. They can't go down, it will come out. And sometimes they are so devoted, they have so much of reverence for me. So they thought they will do Abhisheka. No. Fellow takes tobacco. His wife doesn't like. She keeps pleading him emotionally. Typical as there's a Baido. The man, that man chauvinism comes out, doesn't listen to her. And they come here to seek blessings on anniversary, marriage anniversary, they come. And sitting here, I still remember a few couples, sitting here. She said, Swamiji, tell him.
Signal.
Swamiji, tell him. What? You know, Swamiji, what to tell. Tell him. Since he says twice, this fellow understands. But I have so many things in my head, I just can't come down, focus on that. So, but he understands because she wants Swamiji to tell to stop to you shut up. You shut up. No, Swamiji, tell him. I said, what? Don't involve Swamiji in small matters. Swami has so much work to do. You don't know how great Swami is. He's doing a national babla. He praises me to tell us. Whatever it may be, Swami. Pani, ask him to take a vow today. Today is our anniversary and please ask him to stop eating together. I don't know how to tell. This telling is not going to work. I know forget, sure. So I just pause to set how should I convey. And he himself says, Swamiji, she is unnecessary getting person. She doesn't know me. Doesn't know me. He tells. She may tell it's a discovery, but he tells that there is a deceit. She doesn't know me. And look, 3 years ago, you had created scene. Didn't I stop for 6 months? I stopped eating tobacco for 6 months. I can give up. When our daughter got married 7 years ago, before going to in-laws and leaving our home, she took a word. I didn't eat for 1 year. I can give up whenever I want to. Why did you restart? The ram, he thinks I can stop. There is no control. He thinks I have a control over my son. I gave up for 6 months. But who told you to restart? But he himself. Slowly the pressure built up. And then slowly the same thing got into the rut. So this fellow, when he says I gave up, that means he knows that I should not eat. Still cannot have. One's helplessness with reference to oneself. Successful living is I am not helpless to myself. That is called vashi. Vashi navadvare puredehi sarva karmani manasa sanyasya sukham aste vashi. I would say that Puja Swamiji was one like that. Never helped. Once he decides, done. It's a togetherness of person. You have lived such a deliberate life. Once you say no to yourself, it is gone. And once you say yes to yourself, it is in. Considered. Well thought of lifestyle. That is a purushartha. And that is where Shankaracharya ji writes, Shastra drashti bhavati. Sense organs are external. They have attachment to the objects of the world. Value for that. They will demand. They think it will be happiness and the mind will join. Sankalpa vikalpa. The emotive faculty will say, yes, I will be happy if I have this. I will be unhappy if I have this. They will tell. Then to surrender to them or to go by that fancy, to do what I feel like doing, is animal. Animals are that they felt like and did it. Classic example is fish. The fish, when they catch the fish, do the fishing, sitting on they sit like this and they catch it. Fishing. And then there is a small piece of meat over here. It just felt like eating. We have one famous story. The story of friendship between donkey and jackal. The donkey got old and he also got old. He wanted some food. He gave a trick. They are very cunning fellows, jackals. So jackal said to a donkey, I have found the skin of a tiger, you wear tiger skin. Night we'll go, I'll get you a skin. You go to the farm and eat the farm, enjoy and come back. And in the morning you remove the skin. In the darkness the farmers will not know. The deal was struck. He gave him. And this fellow was weak enough, so he also got food. Donkey, he was wearing the tiger skin and mouth. Look, oh, tiger. Though it didn't fit it. Like the Musalman pajama. Because his donkey legs are longer, tiger has short legs. But then when the crop is standing, they could not see. There is a saying. बड़े भाई का कुर्ता और छोटे भाई का पायजामा. This combination, the upper one is longer, belongs to older brother. The younger, down below is shorter, it belongs to younger brother. They wear like this. They say, anyway, whatever it is, that's their problem. So, nobody noticed whether it's a donkey or tiger. At night he will go and look like this and farmers will run away. And they start destroying the crops. And as the time passed, it was a Purnima, full moon day. The moon has a connection with the mind. Yes. In this mental hospital, they have to be extra cautious on full moon day in case of certain psychic patients. Because they have become more hyper when it's full moon day. So, Manaso Devata Chandrama. Mind is a presiding deity for mind. Chandrama. So, if it is issues with the emotive thing, you should worship Shiva, Somanatha, Someshwara. So, all poets also get ecstatic emotionally on full moon day. Even though he may be from Tamil Nadu or Kerala, he would write a poem. For beloved, your face is like full moon. Original color is different. How can it be like full moon? But I will write on that day. That's how they are. So this donkey got very emotional and told this jackal, I feel like singing. Don't sing now, eat. Go home and sing. Don't do it now. No. I feel like doing it. I will do it. I am tiger. He did it. And the rest is a story. You know the consequences. Both of them lost. So to do the things when you feel like doing is a donkey business. It's not a human being business. I felt like doing, I felt like telling you and told you. I felt like hitting you and hit you. That is not human. Even if you feel like it, I should have strength to not to do. That is the job of buddhi. But then when it is ayukta mana and avignanavan sarthi, that buddhi justifies improper. As I said yesterday, adharma is considered to be that which is not good is considered to be good. That which is improper is considered as proper. That's how they live. And then, in course of time, sense organ becomes so powerful that they cannot be controlled in any way, and they dictate life. And those sense organs are very fickle. And they only have one thing, to want some objects of the world, and therefore they go behind the world. Adantaha ivasarthehi ashwaha. Uncontrolled horses. They will destroy the chariot and destroy or hurt the owner also. The owner of the chariot, the master. So that's how the life becomes. Adanta, Swaha. Sense organs, not in control. They don't have rational movement. They just go in a kaleidoscopic manner. I feel like today this way, tomorrow that way, other than that way. There is no stability in the life. That's how they live the life. Dushta Shvaha Ivasarati. And they, sense organs, later on get the buddhi on board. Whatever they did, even though wrong, the buddhi will justify. No, 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 this is right. This is how it should be. And people justify. So helplessness of an ignorant person is talked about. Next one. यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति युक्तेन मनसा सदा तस्येन्द्रियाणि वश्यानि सदश्वा इव सारथेः यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति युक्तेन मनसा सदा यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति युक्तेन मनसा सदा तस्येन्द्रियाणि वश्यानि सदश्वा इव सारथे together. Yastu vijnanavan bhavati yukena manasa sada tasyendriyani vashyani sarve. Yastu, the who on the other hand. Who means on the other hand. Purvokta viparitaha, the one who is just opposite to the one which was taught in a previous mantra. Mantra number 5. So the sixth one is totally different, opposite to the one was described in a mantra number 5. That fellow was avijnanavan. This fellow is vijnanavan bhavati. Who is that? Vijnanavan means has a discrimination, has a viveka about dharma adharma. Then yuktena manasa sada. The mind is disciplined mind. And to whom? To him, indriyani vashya. His sense organs are controlled. His sense organs became they ruled or mastered. How? Sadashva iva sarathe. Like those horses, Sadashva. Good horses. What is a good horse? Tamed horse is a good horse. Any horse. Breed may be good. Quality may be good. Pedigree may be good. But if it doesn't listen to you, it is not a good horse. So, this tamed like the tamed horses of a driver. So, vijnanavatvam, to have viveka, one thing, to have disciplined mind, second thing, that leads to the mastery over sense organs. Indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manaha. Sense organs are very powerful. They create turbulence and they pull the mind away from your destination. Therefore, you need the vijnanavan bhavati sarthi. In the person who is well informed, okay? Well informed about pravrutti nivrutti, well informed about dharma, not just information, clarity about why and where and how I should be doing, how I should not be doing. That is samahita chittaha. And he says, secondly, yuktena manasa sada. Okay? The person is yukta. Yukta means pragruhita manaha. who is a master over mind. Pragruhita manaha samahita chitta, with a focused mind. Whose mind is in alignment with buddhi. Whose mind obeys the buddhi. That person, such a mind can always keep the sense organs which are in the place of horses. It can keep them under control. That Sarthi which Sarthi can control the sense organ if it is Yuktena Manasa, not Ayuktena Manasa. If it is Vijnanavan, not Avijnanavan, that fellow means what? Then our sense organs are like Sadashva, good horses, tamed horses, meaning they are available to listen to you. I may not listen to anybody, but at least I should be able to listen to my cognition, my viveka. That is not there. That is a great calamity. This fellow, what he has that advantage. And later on, senses become so controlled that it cannot do anything without asking to your mind, without asking to buddhi. So fancies don't become so powerful that my life is dictated by them. Fancies can become powerful provided you let go your mind with it and let go your intellect with it. There is a person who doesn't allow yastu vijnanavan bhavati yastu bhavati yuktena manasasana. So the togetherness of the personality, that subjectivity and objectivity. Cognition can be called as objective, factual perception, not even objective. Factuality and subjectivity are aligned. One is willing to give up subjectivity for factuality. It's a very big thing. That's a capacity one has. And if one has sadashvaha ivasarthi, sense organs become controlled, meaning divine sense organs available for him to direct the chariot in the direction in which he or she wants. Otherwise, that Tommy, yesterday's example, the girl wants to go this way, and Tommy takes it that way. And that Tommy is Thaniyani Indriyani. His sense organs are like Tommy. They may lead you to somewhere else, but this person has this and they are like sense organs remain in alignment with that. That is called Sadashvaha Ivasarthi. Sadashvaha, both ways, it can withdraw and it can engage. Pravrutti Nivrutti Shastrokta Pravrutti Nivrutti Karane Samartha. It's capable of doing as well. This fellow, being a Samahita Chittaha and having the sense organs under control, when he or she decides to reach the goal, moksha, they can. There would not be any obstacle by which they would be deviated from the path of moksha. There will be moksha nishtha, commitment in the pursuit of moksha. Some people I find, they have a teacher, they have chances to attend the classes, but little different disturbance at home, they stop and gone. They just disappear. Because the sense organs tickle something. No, you should do this. That's it. Then they don't see how much should I do. They should know how to withdraw. They hardly come. That is because avijnanavan. Then they go by likes of the mind. And then if likes of the mind mean fancies come, mind follows. And buddhi also follows. Asamahita chittatvam. And therefore, they don't achieve. That we will tell what they achieve. But they go to samsara. Okay? Sada. That means this person is always in a small matter also it's a deliberate. In other words, he or she lives a deliberate life, not emotive. not instinctual. The person is living a deliberate life. That person can be. Okay, I have to turn the page. See, so indriyani pravartayitum nivartayitum shakyani. So this fellow can perform dharma, he can perform moksha. In the Upanishadic word, there is another word Yamaraja uses, dhatu prasadat pashyati mahimanamatmana vita. It is called dhatu prasad. Prasade tu prasannata. Prasade sarva dukkhana maniraksyo pajayate. When you have this prasada, very happiness. What is this prasada? Dhatu prasada. When your buddhi, your mind and sense organs are in alignment. And that person can gain the self-knowledge. Pashyati dhatu prasada vita shrupo. He ultimately becomes free from grief. But that is possible only when mind is not going, your buddhi is not dictated by the fancies of the mind. The mind is not dictated by indriyani. Then dhatu prasada is possible. That is called atma kripa. This is where it is said, atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripura. The self is the best friend of the self, and the self is the worst enemy of the self. So I cannot be subject and object. I am enemy of myself. How can I be? I am the best friend of myself. That you cannot. But it is a figurative saying. The figurative saying means what? When emotive faculty is so powerful, when subjectivity shadows the cognitions and wisdom, and the subjectivity is least, follows what you want to do, then there is object. Understand? That objectivity life is dhatu prasad. That person can see mahimana matma, glory of the self. That person can own up the self. So samanaskatvam, vijnanavatvam is the foundation for becoming wise person. Vashitvam is necessary. Only a vashi person can become wise person. We'll see next month. Next class.
Navidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namah. Hari